Winter, what a great time. But what I really love about winter, it brings out the secret pyromaniac. I love fire.
I don't like the cold at all. I actually remember as a child I did like the cold, which is very odd. And I used to love getting dressed up in my snowsuit and go out and slide down the snow hills and build an igloo in the backyard. I loved it when I was a kid.
And so as the day starts to get shorter, the way I deal with it is I get up every morning and I turn on my computer and I see how much longer it is till the shortest day. And that's a big milestone for me.
I went for a long weekend to Taupo and I stayed in a motor camp halfway between Taupo and Turangi. It had beautiful scenery, but boy was it cold.
I think it's around about 5% of the population that read books. But if you can feed your mind with positive input and then try and bring that out into what you do during the day.
The real Winter Olympic Games has to be shopping. Now, who amongst you don't like shopping?
What we do in winter, which is weird maybe, but I like to go ice skating in winter, even if it is indoors. But it makes everything seem so much warmer once you get out. It's like, oh, it's summer again.
For a start, where I grew up in Africa, there are actually only 2 seasons. There is not winter, spring, summer, autumn, or whatever order those go in. There is only the wet season and the dry season.
On a more personal level, the fact that my children enjoyed Niue so much have made me put in the effort to teach them and speak to them more in Niuean. A tiny step in the effort to preserve our language Niuean. Whakauelahi.
I would have one recommendation, and that would be that I felt that there were some points of the speech where it had a little bit more vocal variety come in. It would have grabbed my attention back in a little bit more.
We've got Lance with 5 little sneaky ones in there, and I love how Lance does it because he does them very quiet, and I really have to pay attention when he does it. They're not very obvious.
Here's a challenge for you. I'd like to see Paul put on a proper motivational morning.
I also like the way he really opens up his hands, rather than starting off sort of closed off. He starts off very open, fellow Toastmasters, almost welcoming you in to actually be part of his speech.
Recommendation, Sam, is to breathe.
Well,